What's up, everyone? This is time to wrestle with Suplexis. I'm Suplexis, and hello, hello. This is Triple H, the CEO of WWE. And after the success of WrestleMania Hollywood, after the success of Night 1 and its sequel, Night 2, we are gonna make this a trilogy. Welcome to Summerslam, proudly presented to you by KFC. Um, okay, thank you, Triple H. I had that, but I guess we'll go from here. Without further ado, I'll then reintroduce myself. What's up, everyone? This time to wrestle with Suplexis. I'm Suplexis, and I am so excited for tonight. Tonight, I will be sharing my fantasy booking for SummerSlam. The end is near. It will be the night where heroes will be born. It will be the night where hearts will be broken. It will be the night where legends will be immortalized. It will be the night where legacies will be created. Welcome to the 36th annual SummerSlam. Cue music, cue pyro, and let's get started with this, shall we? Our first match is for the Intercontinental Championship in an open challenge by Gunther. But before we get to the match, let's see how we got here. So for this, we gotta go to Money in the Bank a week from today. Gunther in this world is gonna fight Matt Riddle at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental title. Gunther has screwed Matt Riddle countless times out of the title, but they're finally settling the score and Gunther retains. The next night on Raw, Gunther comes out demanding competition from Adam Pearce, and after Gunther keeps complaining over and over, Adam Pearce finally relents and he books a battle royal. But in this battle royal, Ricochet will win the battle royal, last eliminating someone who we will talk about later in the video. And it is announced that he will fight Gunther the next week, but unfortunately, he comes up short. After this match, Gunther goes on to complain that nobody on Raw can give him a challenge, and he says that he has simply beaten everyone. And as Gunther is getting more fed up, he announces that he will hold an open challenge against anyone from any brand, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, anywhere. And whoever thinks they have what it takes to beat Gunther, they can accept. At SummerSlam, Gunther comes out to kick off SummerSlam. He's waiting in the ring. But as you could see on these TV screens, I gave a bit of a teaser of who it could be. It's a shameful thing, lobster head. Sheamus comes out and he accepts the challenge. These two go on to have a banger, just like Clash at the Castle. It has WrestleMania written all over it. But in the end of the match, Gunther counters a bro kick into a final symphony, and then he hits a third power bomb to win and retain his championship. After the match, Gunther leaves the ring, but Sheamus gives him a look like this is far from over. The next match is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship as DIY will challenge Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the titles. But before we get there, let's see how this started. So on Friday this coming week, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will fight pretty deadly. They put on an amazing match, but in the end, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hit their stunner haluva kick combo to once again win and retain the titles. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn after this, and the next week they come out on Monday Night Raw asking for a challenge. Numerous teams come out to offer to fight them, but Kevin Owens gets fed up with the fact that he has simply beaten every single tag team there is to beat with Sami Zayn. As Kevin Owens is getting angry, an already extremely stressed out Adam Pearce organizes a match to take place in the next few weeks. But also, we gotta go back a bit. Let's look at a different wrestler, Tommaso Ciampa. After he beats The Miz on Raw this past week, he beat The Miz. He wins another match on Raw this coming week. By the way, we are on June 25th as I am recording it. After this, he asks for a title opportunity, and Adam Pearce slots him into the Intercontinental title Battle Royal #1 contenders match. However, Tommaso Ciampa proves to be the runner-up in this match as Ricochet outlasts him to win the Battle Royal. Now, now that we discussed Ciampa a bit, let's go back. Now we are back to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they want a #1 contender who's worthy. And Adam Pearce books a match, a tag team scramble match for the #1 contendership. But as you may not know what this match is, I gotta call the explainer. Explainer, yes. I need you to explain what a scramble match is. Alright, I got you. Alright, alright, I'm gonna explain a scramble match. So, for me to explain this match, we gotta go way back to Unforgiven 2008. This pay-per-view featured 3 scramble matches for the ECW title, the World Heavyweight title, and the WWE Championship. So the rules of this match is 2 men start the match, and every 3 minutes a new competitor comes out. As these matches were for the title, they would be competing for that. And every 3 minutes, someone comes out until there are 6 people in the match. And the rule of this match, the big twist, however, is that whoever gets the pinfall is the interim champion. And whoever gets the final pinfall in the match wins the title or retains their title. So that is how the match goes. Now let's go back to Suplexis. So thank you, explainer, for explaining what a scramble match is. So, now I'll explain what happens here. So, as that was for a championship, those scramble matches, this is for the #1 contender slot, and it is a tag team entering instead of a single wrestler. So, all these pinfalls occur, they're interim #1 contenders, but the last team to come out is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa wanted an opportunity, so he found Johnny Gargano and they reunite one more time. And in the end, in the last 10 seconds, they barely escape with that win, and they are the #1 contenders. Now, in the coming weeks before SummerSlam, within this feud, DIY tries to cause friction within the tag team champions and vows they'll win the championship. They bring up how Kevin Owens stabbed Sami Zayn in the back, and Sami Zayn cheated to beat Kevin Owens constantly. They bring up their blood feud. They bring up, heck, they even bring up War Games last year. But then Kevin Owens gives an interesting retort. He says, even though we've had our brawls, you two haven't gotten along for a long time. You've been at each other's throats at various NXT TakeOver pay-per-views. And unsanctioned matches, the last man standing matches, street fights, um, locker room brawls, all those things. So the rivalry is very interesting for this season because the general consensus is people are wondering who turns on who. It's not if someone turns on someone else, it's who turns on who. Who's going to be the villains or the villain going out this match? Who's going to be the heroes or the hero? Face or heel type of dynamic. So, anyways, at SummerSlam, these two put on a banger. It has Revival versus DIY written all over it. And it is an amazing match. But in the end, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retain the titles. So as they are celebrating now, we are after the match. A hooded man rocks on the ramp, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are confused at who this is. But all of a sudden, from behind, DIY have gotten to their feet. They destroy Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They hit the fairy tale ending, and Gargano puts Zayn in the Gargano escape. They are ruthless right now. And then the hooded man slowly walks in the ring. But then they stop beating him up. They stop beating the tag team up. And then the hooded man takes off the mask or takes off the hood. It is revealed to be the returning Randy Orton, and he introduces the group as the new legacy. Now it is time for the next match on the show. After that craziness. Now, the next match is for the Women's World Championship as Rhea Ripley defends against Becky Lynch. But we must see how this story all began. So, for this to happen, we gotta go back to Money in the Bank. So at Money in the Bank, Rhea Ripley destroys Natalia within minutes, even without the help of her Dom Dom. Mommy makes short work of Natty. And then the following, or 2 nights later on Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley asks Adam Pearce for better competition, and she specifically asks Pearce to get a challenger that lasts more than a minute or a few seconds in the ring. So, due to Adam Pearce being stressed out, he quickly comes to a decision. He organizes two fatal four-way matches and a one-on-one finals for Raw. But now, before we discuss that, we gotta go even further back. So on Money in the Bank, in the Money in the Bank women's ladder match, Becky Lynch is wilding out. She man slams Zoe Stark through a ladder. She brawls with Trish in the crowd, and then she escapes the crowd and comes back to the ring. We'll get back to that later. So now Becky Lynch was unsuccessful in winning the women's Money in the Bank match, but the next night on Raw, her and Trish Stratus win their respective Fatal 4-Way matches, but before they engage in the finals, they agree that after this match, it's over. They're settling the score. This is the end of the rivalry. And at the end of the night, as you can see by these graphics, Becky Lynch wins that match. So the feud that goes on in the coming weeks before SummerSlam is bloody. They're engaging in backstage brawls. It's crazy. And this is one of the biggest women's title matches of the year. So at so now we are at SummerSlam in the Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley fights Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch goes at it. They go a solid 20 minutes of insanity. Becky Lynch gets a bunch of near falls. She hits an avalanche man slam, but Rhea has her foot on the rope. And in the end of the match, Becky Lynch makes a costly mistake. She hits Rhea with another man slam, but instead of going for the cover, she tries to lock her in to the disarmer, but Rhea Ripley counters. She picks Becky up with one arm that is locked in the submission, the arm that's locked in the submission, and then she counters it into a riptide and retains the title. Even though Becky Lynch couldn't win the match, she's done better than anyone who's challenged Rhea before. The next match is a dog collar match between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. But before we get to the match, we gotta see how this all began, as always. So, for this, we gotta go to Money in the Bank. At Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes is destroying Dominic. Even Dominic's mommy can't help him. He's getting destroyed. But in the end of the match, Cody is about to hit the crossroads. But Dominic, he chucks him into the ref. He counters, slips out, pushes him into the ref. And the ref goes down. Out of nowhere from under the ring, Brock Lesnar comes, dressed as a cowboy, dressed as a beast, dressed as a farmer. It doesn't matter. Brock Lesnar comes out. He hits a thunderous F5. And then he hits another one after that. Two F5s. He chucks Dominic on Cody Rhodes. And Dominic wins. And then after this match, the next few weeks of Raw, they're just amazing brawls, crazy brawls. The stage gets broken, the LED screens get broken, everything's falling apart. The Titantron, heck, they even break the Titantron. The announce tables are broken. It's insanity. And Cody Rhodes challenges Lesnar in a sit-down interview. He challenges him to a dog collar match, and he says that this should be their final match. Lesnar agrees, and at SummerSlam, they go at it in a war. It has MJF versus CM Punk from Revolution written all over it. This is insane. But in the end of the match, Cody Rhodes hits the final crossroads on Brock Lesnar to finally beat him. And both men are covered in blood. But as Cody's leaving, he signals that he still wants that world title that's eluded his family. So, we have discussed many matches, but the next episode, the next part, I should say, it's gonna be even crazier, I'm telling you. It's gonna have more twists. It's gonna have more turns. It's gonna be insane. I can't wait for you all to watch the next episode, but I hope you enjoyed this one so far. This has been Suplexis. Stay tuned for part 2 coming on the channel extremely soon. This has been Suplexis.